With our discussion centering on recoil today, let's take a look at the recoil spring on our Bodyguard 2.0, and we will do an exploded view on our LCP Max and take a deep dive now and look at the LCP Max recoil spring. Now, comparing these two recoil springs side by side, you can see that there is a notable and noticeable philosophical difference in how these recoil springs will operate, even though they take up about the same space in the firearm. Now, you'll notice here that the Ruger's recoil spring does not protrude outside the frame, while the Bodyguard's does when the firearms are not being fired. Another notable difference here, since we're on differences, look at the sight picture difference. The Bodyguard is also no tool takedown, though the LCP Max does have some texture on the trigger guard people will like that the Bodyguard, I don't know, it'd be nice if it had a little texture on the trigger guard there, though it does have texture on the frame above the trigger guard that the LCP does not have. So there is that. The last image we have to talk about for our recoil discussion today is one that highlights bore axis, the difference in bore axis. The Ruger LCP Max, the bore axis is significantly higher compared to the Bodyguard 2.0, which I think is one of the two main drivers on the recoil difference we see in the two firearms. Is there a recoil spring difference besides their style of recoil? I suspect, I don't have a force gauge to measure it, but I suspect the spring on the Bodyguard 2.0 was a little more stout. Though beyond that, I think it's the bore axis that is also, again, a major player and the difference in felt recoil. I believe the recoil on the LCP Max, due to the higher bore axis, gives it a more vertical feel to the felt recoil, whereas on the Bodyguard 2.0 and its lower bore axis translates to more of a horizontal feel on the recoil. But that's just my opinion. What do you think on the difference? Some of our angles today might not have been the best, but at this point, there are plenty of people out there who have shot both firearms. What do you think the firearm, in terms of the recoil, the felt differences? Do you think it feels similar to how we have tried to describe here today? Or do you have a different way to describe how these firearms feel differently in terms of felt recoil? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, like the video, share it with your friends and family. Sharing the video really helps grow the channel greatly. If you didn't enjoy the video today, let us know in the comments, or sleep tonight knowing Fred is judging you. If you're a cat person, he's also judging you. Well, either way, I appreciate you getting this far. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a good night.